Hello, welcome to today's video about multiplying and dividing fractions. Please go ahead and highlight the topic, multiplying and dividing fractions. Okay, let's look at our examples below. In the box here, it says multiply 5/8 times 2/3. So let's go look at what it takes to multiply fractions. Our two steps for multiplying fractions. First, we multiply straight across, and then we reduce the number if possible. So let's look at what step 1 looks like. Multiplying straight across is simply multiplying 5 times 2 and 8 times 3. So 5 times 2 equals 10, and 8 times 3 is 24. Step 2 says reduce if possible, use a common factor. So it is possible to reduce. These two have a common factor of 2. So we're going to divide both numbers by 2, and my answer is going to be 5/12. So that's how you multiply fractions. Multiply straight across and then reduce if possible. Let's look at what it takes to divide a fraction. So here it says to divide 3/4 by 3/5. So we have 3/4 divided by 3/5. Well, what should we do? Because when we multiplied straight across. Can we divide straight across? Well, if we do 3 divided by 3, that's 1, but if we do 4 divided by 5, that's not an even number. Well, it turns out when we divide fractions, we actually don't divide. So here's the steps to divide a fraction. So to divide a fraction, we first need to multiply by the reciprocal of the second number, and then we need to reduce the number if possible by using a common factor. So we change division to multiplication of the second number. So we'll have multiplication by the reciprocal of the second number. So we'll have 3/4 times the reciprocal. Well, what's the reciprocal? It's the flip of the second number. We're going to flip the number, so it becomes 5/3. And now we just multiply like normal. We get 15/12. The common factor here is 3 goes into both of these, so we can divide by 3 on top and bottom. And we end up with 5/4. Alright, so we multiply straight across, or we multiply by the reciprocal of the second number. So let's look at a couple more examples here. Part A, it says 5/4 times, or 4/5, times 2/7. So I'm going to multiply straight across here. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 7 is 35. And that's that. They cannot be reduced, so that's my answer. Part B, I have division. It says 2/3 divided by 5/8. So I'm going to change that. In order to divide, I've got to multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to rewrite our problem. So we have 2/3 times 8/5. Now I can multiply straight across, and I should get 16/15. 2 times 8 is 16, 3 times 5 is 15. So go ahead and with your partners now, with your group mates, complete the bottom 4 problems, A, B, C, and D, and we'll pop the answers up here in a minute. Alright, here are the solutions to our guided practice examples. 2/7 times 3/4 equals 6/28. They're both divisible by 2, so they can be reduced to 3/14. Part B, 7/8 divided by 1/2. I've got to multiply by the reciprocal, so that is 7/8 times 2/1, which gives me 14/8. They're both divisible by 2, so we divide them by 2, and we get 7/4. Part C, we need to multiply straight across, and we get 15/90. 15 and 90 are both divisible by 5, so we end up with 3/18. 3 and 18 are divisible by 3, so that gives us 1/6. And for part D, I have 4/5 divided by 1/2. I can't divide, so I multiply by its reciprocal. And that gives me 4/5 times 2/1, equals 8 over 5, which cannot be reduced anymore. So those are my answers. So remember, multiply straight across and reduce by a common factor, or multiply by the reciprocal of the second number and then reduce if possible.